Hello everyone, today I'll be making a video about this Sanyo Vcord II format from 1976. Now this format is a format that I had planned on collecting for a long time, for about 4 years now. They're very rare. They pop up on eBay. Oh man, to tell you the truth, this is the first time I saw one on eBay, and it's been 4 years of searching. By searching, I mean using their wonderful option where you actually search for your item you're looking for, and you get an email with it lets you know that your item is available. Now, this machine I bought for $150, which is incredibly cheap. I was more than willing to pay up to $1,400 for this machine, specifically because I consider this machine. I mean, every single collector has their dream machine, you know, their holy grail, if you will, of machines. For me personally, the Vcord II format, as you can see right here, Vcord II is my personal holy grail, and I just bought this about 4 days ago. It came in via FedEx, which I really appreciate. They're very gentle. I mean, this machine has been through a lot. You can probably tell. I mean, it's banged up, a little bit scratched, but I've already done a visual inspection, initial inspection, and you know what? It's not bad. I'm gonna actually open up this machine right now and kind of let you know what I discovered, and very happy. I mean, it's pretty much okay condition. Uh, you're not familiar with this machine. It's incredibly 70s. Some people say, man, that thing is so 70. It kind of hurts to look at it, and it really does. It's very 70s. If you like the 70s stuff, this is very 70s. Look at this simulated wood grain side panels. They did a wonderful job. I mean, if somebody didn't tell me this is not wood, I would say, hey, it's actual wood paneling, but it's not. You can kind of tell right here in the corner, that kind of black plastic that's showing. This is similar. There was something very common in the 70s, and it actually passed on to the 80s, the early 80s, the wood, simulated wood paneling on machines. Now, let me go ahead and open this cover right here. I actually already removed the screws after my initial viewing of the insides of this machine. Now, this machine is incredibly heavy. I mean, I have other machines which I can tell you they're heavy, but this machine is insanely heavy. I'm not very good at kind of determining weights just by kind of lifting things up. But if I had to kind of guess how heavy this machine is, I would say it's 40 pounds. So, I mean, compared to something you can buy nowadays, like a Blu-ray player, that's insanely heavy. But you know what? I love it. I love it. I love the physical format. I love vintage technology. And like I told you, this is my holy grail. If you can kind of tell right here, that plastic is pretty scratched up. But you know what? I love restoring machines and getting them back to working order. Now, like, for me personally, when I see like a clear plastic that's scratched like that, I love using this product here. You'll find it at auto parts stores. I'm talking about O'Reilly's. I'm talking about AutoZones, stuff like that. They carry this product here. It's from the New Finish company, and I've used this a lot, and it's great results. I recommend it if you like restoring plastics, especially the clear plastics. This does not leave behind any swirls, and it works great. I recommend it. I will be using this product. to restore the plastic parts, which this window here, which is wonderful. You can kind of see the tape being spooled as this machine is working. Now, right now I don't have any tapes yet. I do plan on buying quite a few. You will find them. They're on eBay. They're expensive. They're $35 each, but you know what? The history. And also the knowledge. Knowing that you're one of the very few people that have such a machine. Now, I kind of get carried away. Let me focus on what I want to do quite a few videos on this machine. This is my initial video. I just want to let you know what I found. Now, first of all, this machine is incredibly dusty. I don't think this machine has ever been maintained. I mean, there's pretty much dust bunnies in here. Look at that. It's kind of like black residue here, maybe from the tapes, stuff like that. So it's pretty dusty. I will be cleaning it. Isopropyl alcohol is the best stuff to use. I will be using that. I like using the MG Chemicals brand, especially because my father used it back in the late 80s and early 90s. He swore by this company. They make a lot of quality stuff. This is 99.9% pure, which is very hard to find, but it's the best. It does not leave behind any residue. I'll be using this for the heads. Now, like I said, it's incredibly dusty. I know that. No problem. You can dust. It comes off. It can be clean. One of the most important parts of a videotape machine, of course, is the heads. We all know that, the heads, the condition of the heads. Now, upon my initial viewing of the heads, they're very good. I mean, if you see deep scratches on the heads, it's a bad sign. It's a very bad sign. Now, the heads on this machine, they look good. And you know what? And they spin. Look at that, I can spin it with my finger, which is also a good sign. You don't want to see any kind of seized up, locked up heads. That's a bad sign. So far, it's looking good. I'm very confident I will be able to get this machine up and running. Especially because, you know what, there aren't really that many videos on YouTube regarding the Vcord II form. You'll find Vcord I. Plenty of, but not very much Vcord II. I really want to upload a video of this machine. It deserves a video on YouTube. I don't know if you can see that right there. That's the actual head. About right here. I'm actually spinning it by hand right there. I looked at it through a magnifying lens, and it looks good, which is a good sign. Like I said, the heads. It's a 2-head system. I know VHS, they had 4 or 6 heads. Well, this machine's so old, 1976, so they had a 2-head system, so it looks good. The other thing is the transport system. Looks good as well. There's no missing parts. I mean, imagine having a missing part like this. Not like you can just go to Best Buy and kind of buy a replacement. These things are insanely rare. I mean, insanely. This is the first one I saw on eBay after searching for 4 years. And I bought it right away. I didn't even think about it. I paid for it right away because I know even if this machine was incomplete at $150, it's a good buy. It's a very good buy. I actually left a good review for the seller on this machine. He used a great shipping service, FedEx, incredibly fast shipping. Also, I went ahead and inspected, visibly inspected all of the capacitors. You don't want to see any. The capacitors, by the way, are these little tubes here. They actually hold electrolyte fluid inside. You don't want to see any exploded, busted ones, because that means you have to replace them. For me specifically, that's no big deal. I know how to test them. I know how to replace them. But upon my initial viewing, I noticed that none of them are either busted or inflated. Sometimes you get them, they kind of inflate when they're going bad. They kind of expand, if you will. None of the capacitors are either exploded or expanded, which is a good sign. That's gonna save me a lot of time of having to replace them. Right here is the power supply section right here. This is the tape. It's a very weird tape transport. If you're familiar with VHS, the tapes, the transport, it's not as complicated as this machine. It's so insanely complicated that if a single part goes bad, you get a nightmare. You'll get a whole mess of tangled up tape in here. Anyways, it's a very weird system. I'm comparing it to VHS because it's so common. VHS, I actually don't collect many VHS machines because they're so common. I like knowing that a machine is rare. It's more valuable to me, specifically. But let me kind of just tell you, this is a very weird... Well, first of all, it's a very weird cassette tapes. They're shaped exactly like a 8-track audio tape, but it's video, and that makes it special to me. You put the tape in here and kind of eject it. This machine is so noisy because it's so old. Look at this. Listen to that. That's the eject. I went ahead and it's very easy to remove the cover right here. It's a single screw down there. You remove that screw and it lets you pop out this cover here and kind of let you see better what's going on there. That's the actual part that spins the tape right there. And you know what? It's so weird, and I love it. I love this machine. When you put the tape in here, you would expect the actual ribbon, the magnetic tape, to be spooled this way, but it doesn't. It gets spooled to the side, which is very weird. And also, let me kind of just show you what it does, because I don't have any tapes yet. I bought them, and they'll be arriving pretty soon. The tape gets spooled this way around these guides here. It has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 guides here. It gets pulled all the way around here, and then it comes back. It goes all the way around the video heads like so, and it gets back into the actual cartridges again. It's a very weird. It's not very friendly with the tape, the ribbon. It really manhandles it. But you know what? It is what it is. And it's probably one of the reasons this format didn't really last too long. It only lasted like 3 years or so. So it really manhandles the tape. It does this all the way around, and then it goes around the heads and back in again. So far so good. The heads look okay. None of the capacitors are blown. Now this machine has 3 fuses, a total of 3 fuses. This fuse right here, it's a 3 amp fuse. It's good. This fuse right here, it's another 3 amp fuse. It's good. This one right here was blown. This is a 1.2 amp, which is a little bit harder to find. That's blown. This is the cover for it. I'm gonna have to replace that. My father told me so many wonderful things about these machines. He told me never be afraid to open a machine. I mean, you should never be afraid. I mean, it's your machine. You paid for it. Why should you be afraid to open it up? Just open it up. And he always told me awe at its internal workings. And just, yes, be in awe. I mean, it's a very weird mechanism here. It was not used again, and like I said, it really manhandles the tape. My father also told me look for clues. Now, like I said, 1 fuse is blown, so I have to kind of search for clues. Why is it blown? I'm pretty sure it blew out because this machine it came to a point where it was really struggling to continue working. I've noticed that the grease used in all the moving parts is pretty much gone. because it's, you know, grease is it's an oil product, so it eventually it evaporates over time, and it's been a long time since 1976. So that grease is long gone. So I'm gonna have to re-grease the moving parts. Also, I noticed that the oil on all of the bearings, it's gone. Let me show you a product that I love using. I've had a wonderful results. You know what? Regarding oil for vintage machines, I'm part of the Tape Heads online forum, and it's a hot topic. Oil, grease, all that stuff, it's a hot topic because there's no single product that I can tell you it's the best. You kind of have to have faith. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've had one, this is an Amazon product. I mean, it's not an Amazon product. You can find it on Amazon, and it doesn't cost too much. It's Amazon Prime, so you'll get it fast. I recommend it. I use it on many machines. I use it on stereo micro cassette machines. I have the Sony M80 1982. I have the Olympus SW77. I have many micro cassette machines. I love the stereo ones. I've used this product on them and it works great. It's synthetic, 100% synthetic, which you really want because it's the product that'll last the longest. I mean, you don't want to be opening up these machines every, I don't know, once a year and having to reapply this oil. So I've used this product and I really recommend it. It doesn't cost too much. Like I said, it's Amazon Prime compatible. It's called Liquid Bearings. It's a great product. Look at that. It comes with a needle, so it's very easy to apply exactly where you need it. And a drop, it's all you need. It's a very good product. I've used it also on my CVC micro video cassette machines, which is actually my favorite format to collect. This is the model 212, and this is the model 335T. I have a few videos that I've been able to find regarding maintenance and also sales of these machines. They're wonderful. You can see them on my video page. And I love uploading them. I paid a lot for the tapes on eBay. And I'm pretty sure there's collectors that they love buying that stuff and they just keep it for themselves. I uploaded them to YouTube because they should be shared with the world. They're wonderful history. Incredibly noisy machines. This machine I was able to repair. I plan on making another video where I can show you. You know what? It's very easy to fix these machines. About 80% of the problems are actually just hot glue. I'm not sure you're familiar with hot glue. After about 20 years, hot glue becomes conductive. The way I repair these two machines is simply by removing hot glue. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of collectors won't tell you that because they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to buy these machines and fix them yourself. They want you to send it to them and they'll charge you a lot of money to do something as simple as removing hot glue on the transistors, capacitors. I fixed these two machines and it was very easy. It was fun. Let me just kind of show you the tapes. This is the Technicolor 60-minute tape, which is one of the original brands of these tapes. This is a Funai V60 tape. It's a 1-hour tape. This is the Muntz company. There's a wonderful history on this company. The owner of this company, he would buy machines and he would resell them really cheap. He loved selling. You find a lot of information on YouTube on this man. He left behind a legacy. He loved selling machines at very low prices. This is a Muntz HD60. This is 1-hour CVC tape. This is the Siemens company tape. I bought this from Italy. I bought quite a few, about 3 of these. Siemens. This is the teak. This was very hard to find. I bought this from Japan. I believe this cost me $50. It was worth every penny. It's a KV60. This is not a consumer product. This is made for military, NASA. They had access to these tapes and they use them on their jets, for example. I love owning. I only have one, but you know what? These are insanely. There's hard to find items. I consider this an insanely hard to find product, and it's sealed. It's brand new. I love owning it. And this is the Canon brand of the CVC micro video cassette, which is also known as a compact video cassette. I bought this from Japan. You know what? It's very hard to find products from Japan because they don't have eBay Japan. It doesn't exist. It did back in the early 90s and it didn't work. They got rid of it. I'm going to tell you right now, if you really want to buy something from, Yahoo auctions, stuff like that, from Japan, and you know what? Japan has so much vintage machines. They pretty much blow away France, Canada, Italy, Germany. Japan is the place to find vintage machines. They have, especially because they were made in Japan. So obviously they're going to have the best stock. Anyways, back to this machine. I kind of get carried away. So like I said, video hits look good. This is one of many videos I'm gonna make on this machine. This is my initial video. I collect many formats, and like I said, this is my holy grail. I also collect the 1975 Quasar VX format. This is it's insanely bulky tape. I mean, compared to VHS, this is probably twice as thick. Look at that. That's a very thick tape right there. I also collect this format, but you know what? I don't consider it my holy grail. This is it right here. This is gonna be a labor of love for me. I'm gonna do my darndest, my best to get this thing up and running. I'm gonna be hell-bent on fixing this machine. My father taught me how to fix these machines when I was a kid. He passed away when I was 16. But you know what? He taught me how to clean the heads. He taught me how to grease moving parts, re-oil the capstan, motor and bearings. He taught me how to change the capacitors, transistors. And I want to continue my father's legacy, if you will. Now that I'm older, I'm 38. And I know the value of these machines. I know they're a piece of history. They're a piece of working history. You know what? You can go ahead and buy a book about this machine. But you know what? There's nothing like actually owning it and using it. I plan on recording a lot of videos onto this weird format. Let me kind of just show you pretty quickly what I plan on recording onto this odd format. I'm gonna kind of let you go for maybe 2-3 minutes. Let me go into my storage closet and kind of bring back what I eventually want to record on this machine. Alright, that didn't take too long. I live in a tiny little studio, so that wasn't a really far walk. Anyways, I collect many formats, like I said. This is the VHD format, which is actually a Japan only format. It never really arrived to the US. I love this movie. This is The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, 1982 movie, which is the year I was born, which is part of the reason I love it so much. This is, you know what, I paid a lot for this video disc. This is analog, believe it. This is not digital. Yeah, I would love to transfer this film from the VHD format onto this Vcord, which is I know it's a crazy idea, but I love crazy ideas, stuff like that. I also collect the CED Select-O-Vision format. This is the Road Warrior, and it's in great shape. I've tested it. I love it. This is a stereo one. If you can tell, it has the blue coloring housing, which lets you know it's stereo. The mono ones were white. I also have them. So I plan on transferring stuff like this. Stuff like this. This is the... who doesn't know about the Terminator? It's incredibly famous. Insanely famous. This is from the, like I said, the CED Select-O-Vision format. CED, which is actually a short way of saying capacitance electronic disc system. So I have the Terminator here. This one was expensive. You'll find it on eBay once in a while, maybe once a year. And they come at a premium. Like I said, there aren't too many that survived. This is some pretty, not very good condition, but you know what? I dare you to find another one. Let's see. I have a Sister Act. I don't really want to transfer that onto this format. Sister Act, very funny movie. I also collect the Laserdisc, which is more known. The Laserdisc, which was originally known as DiscoVision. This is Project X. I like this sci-fi stuff. I would love to transfer this movie onto this weird format. You know what else? Another reason why it's so weird? Laserdisc didn't exist when this machine was made. So I love knowing that something that was made in the future is being transferred on something that was made in the past. Fun. It's fun to me, specifically. This is Starman. I like this movie. It's so simple. It doesn't have much special effects, stuff like. But you know what? If you have a good story, you have a good movie. To me, specifically, Starman has a great story. It has romance and stuff like that, and it really kind of it pulls you in. You get really involved in the movie. So I love Starman. It's a sci-fi romance all in one. I love it. This is Johnny Mnemonic, Keanu Reeves, world famous Keanu Reeves. I love this movie. It kind of blends futuristic technology, video storage, stuff like that. I would love to transfer Johnny Mnemonic onto this Vcord II format. It'll be a really fun, neat little project. This is, oh man, I really love this film. Like I said, it doesn't have much special effects, stuff like that, but the story, it's a very long video. It's not rushed. They took their time on this movie. And you know what? It was worth it. By the time you get to the good parts, I love Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I was introduced to this movie by my middle school teacher. I went to middle school in, well, they're going to change the name of the middle school. I'm going to tell you, the name is Peter Burnett Middle School in San Jose, California, where I live. I still live in San Jose, California. I'm 38 and I still live here. I love San Jose. I was introduced to this film by my teacher. He actually played it in our classroom. And you know what? I don't know if teachers do that anymore. I don't know if they show movies. Well, not right now. It's due to the whole COVID thing, you know. Everything's online. I love that movie. This is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I love this movie. Yeah, I would love to transfer this movie onto the Vcord II format. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. This is the Laserdisc format. Let's see what else. Hope. I don't think I want to transfer that onto this format. Let's see. Let me bring. I don't want to bring any more films. Let you know. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already been 30 minutes. I just want to let you know that I'm very happy I found this machine. I plan on fixing it. I actually haven't turned it on because I actually can't. Like I told you, the fuse is busted. I have a lot of fuses, but I don't have the 1.2 amp ones. I have 1.5. I don't really want to put a 1.5 fuse in there. Fuses, they're there for a reason. They protect everything else. If something is stuck, it goes bad, there's a short, they go out. Fuses are very easy to replace. They don't cost a lot. You don't want to bust a capacitor. And oh man, I've seen many capacitors, and this thing has one of the biggest capacitors I've ever seen. For example, these capacitors are like C-size battery size. This is a D. I'm just showing it for scale. I don't have many batteries because I don't really like using batteries. I mean, I use mostly the rechargeable stuff. But anyways, I'm letting you know that these capacitors are huge. So these cost a lot to replace. So you want to use a proper fuse because you don't want to blow these guys out. So these are pretty much C battery sized right here. But there's another one in there. I don't know if you see that blue thing right there. That is a huge capacitor down there. It's actually longer than this battery. It's like maybe 1.5 batteries long. It's the same dimensions, the thickness, the girth, if you will. That's a huge guy. I hope it works. I haven't tested it yet because that's gonna be very expensive to change. But you know what? Nothing's impossible in this world. Everything. If you have the time, the patience, you can get it working. I'm gonna do my darndest, my best to fix this machine. And thank you very much for watching this. And this is gonna be my labor of love. Thank you.